Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome back. It's time to get back to work. In today's episode, we're gonna be working on the second of the two strut towers, and we're also gonna be attaching all the mounting points that go on for the rear subframe, and I'd love to get that rear subframe bolted up into the car and check alignment today. That's the game plan. Stay tuned. Okay, so today we're supposed to have Erik, but unfortunately Erik's transmission exploded on him on the way to the shop, which is a real big bummer. So we're going Erik less today, but I still think we can get all this stuff done. I still think we can hit the goal. So we just gotta really get down to work. But before I do that, I wanna give you guys an update. I know a lot of you guys are probably curious on what's going on with the whole crashing into the car situation. And I'm curious too. The answer to all that now though is nothing too exciting. I'm in contact with their insurance company. We have opened a claim and I'm waiting for the insurance person to come out and assess the damage to the door, the M5, the 240 and the Mercedes. And then we will hopefully come to an agreement on price, which I will be reimbursed for those things. That's the game plan. So I'm working with the insurance company. No need to get lawyers involved yet. And so I'm just gonna let that be. And it's time to focus on work. So, in the last episode, we built a strut tower. In today's episode, we need to build another strut tower identical to this, matching over there. So I figure, use the templates that we used last time, cut the exact same size pieces out. It'll make it a lot better to make the same one over there. So that's the game plan. I'm gonna go ahead and outline the templates on the steel and cut out all those pieces out of steel. Okay, we got all our pieces cut out. We got the front, top, back, and the side is actually right there. I mirrored them all up to the other one and made sure that they're all identical. So now it's time to go ahead and mount them up over there with just some really light tack welds. Same process we did last time, except for this time there's a lot more measuring that goes into it because we need to make sure it's exactly identical measuring wise as this one. We officially have strut towers. So I just finished building this strut tower right here, and I did all the measurements that I could as far as like reference measurements from different reference points, and everything's measuring out well. Everything is nice and level as well from side to side. So that's a really good sign that we built something that's uniform. It's very tricky working in this area, but I think we figured it out. So the next thing that I want to do is reinforce the tack welds on these things because they both could just be kicked over if you put any force into them. And the next step after this is we're going to be going for mounts, and then we're going to have to drop the jig out. And once we drop the jig out, it's pretty much never going back in the exact same spot. So I want to make sure that these don't get accidentally bumped or moved. So I'm going to go back over both of these one more time with the welder, just tack them up real nice so they're real strong and sturdy and won't get shoved out of the way. Then we can start looking at the subframe mounts and getting those tacked in as well. Okay, strut towers are reinforced. Everything's looking good there. Now, next thing is a big deal for me. You guys know I worked quite a few days on these rear subframe mounts, so this is a big deal for me. Next step, we're gonna be taking all of our mounts, one for each corner, putting them in place, and then tack welding them into the frame. And then I'm gonna grab the cutting wheel and cut off this rear negative jig and remove it from our frame. Oh, I wanted to mention, I did not talk about the posts. Remember when we were talking about the posts earlier? They go in the bottom of these things to help them set in the center of those. I found a solution to that, and that is to worry about them later. Now, actually, on the real, what we're gonna do is we're gonna get these working first and use the variability in this hole actually to check the alignment on this thing and have some sort of adjustability on the alignment. And then once we have it dialed, fully weld in the mounts, and then we will weld in the posts to the bottom of the mounts once we're done and everything's straight. So it's a little bit of a backwards way of doing it, but I think that's the best way of doing it. So, continuing on, it's time to get those mounts on there. it's a level of a point of no return. We got all these things tack welded together. Everything's all tack welded up. Now I gotta try and move this like, I don't know, 200, 300 pound thing. I'm gonna slide it over into here and I'm gonna attempt to bolt things up, and don't hold your breath. I think the odds of this like working first time perfectly are real slim. Let's give it a try. This is the fun part, guys. Get nervous. This is really starting to look like a two-person job. That thing weighs a lot, and it's very difficult to move around, but I think I'm starting to get it. If not, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna grab a rope and we're gonna go up to the ceiling and down to here to help suspend it, I think in the front. But I'm gonna give it a couple more tries lugging it around. I still haven't even got to the point where I've been able to even try and line up the bolt holes and see if it fits. But we're getting close. I got it on a jack now. That's a step in the right direction. I almost had it.
You never had me. You never had your car.
Well, that is true. That took forever, but I got it bolted up. It was hard because some of these things are at, you know, little slight different angles and stuff like that, and I just really didn't want to get the bolts cross-threaded on their way in there. But I got them all in there. None of them are cross-threaded. So now this is loose to the frame right now. It can move a little bit of wiggle room independent of the frame, which is as designed. So this is our first time like looking at stuff. It looks like everything's gonna clear. These are obviously the closest part to the frame and they will clear. This is at full extension of the suspension. So it's basically gonna be held up higher, but that still won't be an issue. They're still not gonna hit. I mean, maybe I could just test it right here. Not without dumping the whole thing. But anyways, it's gonna be fine, so that's good. I'll be honest, I didn't measure that at all. That's what it looks like from the backside. So the next thing I wanna do is check alignment. So the way we're gonna do that is with the string alignment, and what we're gonna basically do is take a jack stand, place it over here, run a string all the way up to the front of the frame, jack stand over there, and I'm gonna run that string right by this brake rotor, and we're gonna run the string completely exactly parallel with the brake rotor, and then we're gonna measure the gap up front on both sides. And then what that's gonna do is hopefully what we'll get is we'll be able to nudge this around to a point where they're both parallel with the frame rail, but it's possible that this car has a little bit of toe built into it. Like the S2000 has like 1 degree, I believe, of toe built into it from factory. So it's possible, and in that case, then we just need to make sure that the toe in or out is the same on both sides. Once we get that done, then we can tighten these bolts up and get to welding. All right, we had what I would consider a really good result from the string alignment. So if you measure it parallel with the rear rotor, measured from the distance up from the string to the frame in the back, come all the way up here to the front, we're off by 1/4 inch. So we need to change it by 1/4 inch. We did the same thing on the side. We are also off by 1/4 inch, needing to go the same direction. So essentially, I just need to take that thing and tap it a tiny bit. Actually, it's a little bit this way. Tap it a little bit that way so it changes the up front distance by 1/4 inch. We're gonna give 1/4 inch over here and take it away over there, and then we bolt the damn thing up, weld everything around, and we're good to go. But that's gonna be a thing for tomorrow. It's getting pretty late, and I feel like I'm gonna have a big day tomorrow with the insurance company, or at least I hope so, because that means they're doing their job. They better get somebody out here tomorrow. And even if they do or they don't, I may swing by Home Depot and at least take a look at garage doors and see if they got one that I can just throw in to replace mine. But we'll see. We'll figure it out tomorrow. I'll keep you guys up to date, and hopefully there'll be an update in tomorrow's episode about what the heck's going on with the insurance company. I'll let you guys know. I am still looking around for Z's and still thinking about what to do about mine, whether or not it's a replace or a repair. I'm not really sure. I did find, I'm talking to a couple people about some Z's though, and I found another clean one in my neighborhood, my area, not really my neighborhood, not even in my state. But anyways, I found one, but I really got to figure out how big of a pain in the ass the insurance company is going to be before I jump into that. So that's the game plan and the update there. Hopefully we'll have like some sort of conclusion come tomorrow. So stay tuned for that. I'm very happy with the result of this. This stuff is going well. So tomorrow we'll continue to do good stuff. All right, I'll see you guys then. Thank you so much for watching. If you like Beast for Build, you want to help out and support, head over to beastforbuild.com and picking up anything from our shop there. All the proceeds go directly towards supporting these builds. And if you want to find us in some more places, find us on Twitch. We're Beast for Build on Twitch. Find us on Instagram. We're Beast for Build on there. Facebook, same thing. That's where you can find us for a little behind the scenes action. Thanks again for watching, guys. Please remember to like and subscribe, and I'll see you tomorrow. Peace!